Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be having a go at making a sculpture using paper. So you are going to need some scissors, a pencil, a glue stick and some paper of course. So there are lots of different ways we can manipulate and cut our paper, so we're going to be trying a few different techniques today. We're going to start with making a square because sometimes this comes in handy. So just take your piece of paper and you're going to fold it across diagonally. And then we're going to cut along the line. When you've done that, if you open it back up, you should have a square. Now folding is a really handy manipulation technique we can use. So just have a go at exploring different ways of folding your paper. Try bending your paper in different directions and using different angles. We can have a go at curling our paper, so I'm just going to cut a rectangle of paper. You might want to cut a thinner strip. We're going to use a pencil and we're just going to roll the paper around the pencil. Make sure it's nice and tight, then you unravel it and you should have a nice curl in your paper. We can also pleat our paper by making a zigzag shape, so I'm going to cut myself another strip of paper. I'm going to fold the paper, turn it over and then fold it again the same size. Turn it over, fold it again and continue this process. We can create a nice fringe on our piece of paper, so if I cut myself another strip, and then all you do is just cut into the paper all the way along. Remember, don't go to the edge, and then we have a nice fringe on our piece of paper. I'm sure you've all created a spring before, so we need two strips of paper the same size. We're going to glue them together so they make a right angle. And then we're going to fold it over. And then the other piece of paper we fold back over the top. Then take the next one, it's a bit like weaving, back over and keep going until you get to the end. When you get to the end, you need to glue the last two folds. And then you have a nice springy piece of paper. So you can make that any length. Cones are a great way to add a different element. So I'm going to fold my piece of paper to make a square again. Cut it down the side. And then what you need to do is cut a straight line into the middle. And then what we're going to do is wrap it around itself so we get that nice point at the top. And then we're just going to glue it together. You can make a cone as well with a circle, so just cut a circle out, cut the line down into the middle and then wrap it around itself and add some glue. tabs are really handy to help us stick down onto a piece of paper, so I'm just going to get my piece of paper, cut a slit down the middle, and then I'm going to fold one flap one way, and I'm going to fold the other flap the other way. And that will just allow me to stick it down nice and easily. So I've taken a longer piece of paper here, and I've cut some more tabs out. So just remember, fold them the opposite ways as you go. And then what we can do when we stick it down is we can create a curve in our piece of paper. So I can glue that down and create a nice curve. If I use smaller tabs, then it will allow me to curve the paper even more. We can use slits and slots to help us connect paper together without using glue. So I'm going to take my piece of paper and I'm just going to reinforce it by folding it over. So that will give me a nice tab to stick it down, and then I'm going to fold it again. This is just to thicken my piece of paper up, because I'm not using card. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue those sides together. So I'm going to put some glue down the middle and just fold that right hand side in, so just the one side. So that is where I'm going to be cutting my slits. I've got a nice tab to be able to stick it down. In that piece we've just reinforced, cut a small slit. You don't want it to go too far. Then I'm going to take another piece of paper and cut a slit in. And then what we can do is just slot them into each other. Nice and easy, right? So I'm just going to add some more onto mine. So small slit and then slot it in. Another really easy thing we can do, we can fold our piece of paper in, and then on the fold we can cut. So if you've made snowflakes before, these are exactly like them. So make sure you're cutting on that fold. You can cut any shapes out. So we can make prisms. So I've just folded it over. And then I'm going to fold it into itself, and I'm going to stick the tab down on the inside. So add some glue on that last tab, and then we're going to put it together. So connect them up and glue that tab on the inside. You could try more folds and make a cuboid. Loops are nice and easy. So I'm going to wrap my strip of paper on the inside, where I'm going to glue it, and then I'm going to glue it again. So I'm gluing it in two places. Take your glue, add it on the end. I'm going to do a nice small loop at first, and then we're going to loop it again around the outside and glue again. Like that, and what I can do is I can press that end together so it makes more of a teardrop shape. Looks a bit like a peacock feather. So I'll make a few more of them, and then I can glue them together. Another one we can do with loops, I'm sure you've all made chains before. So just gluing the ends together, and then we're going to feed another piece of paper through, and then we're going to glue that loop together as well. So we've got two loops that are connected. You can do more than two loops if you want to. So at the moment they are loose. what I could do is I could create a solid connection in the middle. So if I take my glue stick and just add a little bit of glue, and then just glue one ring to the other, and then they'll stay nice and still. So experiment with all these techniques that we've been through, have a go at maybe creating your own, and then we're going to glue them all together on a sheet of paper to make a cool, crazy sculpture.